ciel bleu vole en silence.
Hey, this is Netta. Welcome to my channel. I help women over 40 have fun with fashion and feel confident in their style. So today, this is going to be kind of a fun video, I think, because those of you who are used to seeing my videos know that I often recommend things that I love for you to buy in my videos. So recommendations for clothes or for beauty or, skincare, all of the things. So we talk about shopping a lot. Today is a different kind of shopping video. Today, I'm going to talk about things that I am no longer buying. For those of you who have followed me for any length of time, you will know that I am not a minimalist and I am not frugal in the sense that that is my area of expertise. I like a good sale just like everybody else, but I would not consider myself a sale expert or a minimalist. But that doesn't mean that there are not things that I have learned over time that I no longer need to be buying for whatever reason, either to save money or because I feel like they are unnecessary or because I'm really trying to reduce the amount of stuff that comes into my life that is not something that I love or really need. So we're all trying to be, I think, a little bit more intentional these days with both our shopping habits and our kind of eco-friendly habits, right? So these play into that a little bit. Again, not an expert on either of those. These are just things that I have found I no longer need or want in my life. So for a long time, I've had like my random little rules, like I will never buy just regular tea at Starbucks or a coffee shop because it's always really expensive and it never tastes as good as when I make it myself. So I'll get a specialty drink at a specialty store, something like a chai latte that I can't make on my own as easily. But I won't get the basic stuff at an expensive place because it just doesn't make sense to me. But this list is more specifically about beauty and fashion because that's where I can really, speak from experience. So the very first thing that I have stopped buying is formal wear. You already know that I am a strong fan of spending your money on the things that you're going to wear all the time. So spend that money on a pair of jeans or a pair of boots or a great coat or a bag, something you'll use day in, day out. You can wear the jeans 3 days a week. You can wear the coat 7 days a week and really get that cost per use down. But when you spend money on a cocktail dress or an evening gown, you're going to wear it once. If you're lucky, you might wear it a second time to a different group at a different event, but you're just never going to get the cost per use down. And it just, to me, doesn't make sense to buy a lot of formal gowns, as much as I love them, just to store them, to clean them, which is very expensive, and then to store them later. So I already have a lot of formal gowns from before I started this practice of no longer buying them. I have enough that I can, if a last minute event comes up, I can grab a black dress for an event. So I do recommend having one cocktail and one formal dress if your lifestyle ever calls for a formal occasion. Having one cocktail dress and one formal dress that are pretty simple, that you can update with accessories over the years. So basic dark neutral is always going to be a great choice. But like for me, a black cocktail dress, a black formal dress, and I've had both of mine for years and years. I can update them from season to season, add new accessories. So if a last minute event comes up, I've always got something I can pull. That said, if something, if there's something I can plan for, a wedding, a ball, a formal event, I will almost always go to some place like Rent the Runway and rent a beautiful designer gown for a fraction of the price. This is not sponsored. I'm just a huge fan. My clients have been using Rent the Runway for years. I've been using it for years. They send you 2 sizes so that you have a much better chance of getting your right size. They clean the item. It's free shipping, free returns. If you're traveling, you can have it sent to your hotel and then you send it back from there so you don't have to worry about packing it. It's just magical. And then I can wear a beautiful, trendy, fun, and expensive new gown to every formal event without having to invest in them and to commit to them. So formal wear is something I definitely don't buy anymore. The next thing I definitely don't buy is shaving cream. So I used to buy that Skintimate shaving cream, and I still buy the Flamingo shaving cream for one of my daughters, and then the EOS shaving cream for another one, because those are their preferences. But I think, you know, as you're learning to shave and before you really know what you're doing, shaving cream could be something that could really help that process. But razors have come such a long way since my little Gillette Daisy razors back in the day that were literally just men's razors painted pink. So those would cut you. Like every time I turned around, I would get like a nick on my knee or my ankle or whatever. And I felt like shaving cream was an essential buffer back then. Eventually I transitioned into just using a little bit of my hair conditioner on my legs as shaving cream. So that's a little hack. If you do like to use shaving cream, you can always try your conditioner if you're traveling or you don't have it or you don't want to buy it. But I don't buy shaving cream anymore because razors are so good. Now I've got the Flamingo razor. It's a more sophisticated razor. But really, honestly, any of the better razors in stores are going to shave you pretty nick-free. Like the Gillette Venus is a great option. And they just, the technology has come so far, and a lot of them have those little strips in them for moisturizing, and that can really take the place of shaving cream. So I don't buy shaving cream anymore. The last thing I need is one additional bottle on the side of my bathtub. Let's just face it, I have a lot of things already there. The next thing I don't buy anymore is scented body lotion. So I used to always want to layer my fragrance. So whether I wore Amoureuse or Angel or Chanel No. 5, all of my favorite fragrances from years past, I'm kind of a serial fragrance user, serial monogamist when it comes to fragrance. I'll wear one for a couple of years, and then I'll move on to another, and then on to another. But I would always layer. I'd put on the scented lotion and the powder and the deodorant if they had it, and the spray for the hair if they had, like all of those things, as well as the perfume. I don't feel the need to do that as much anymore. Maybe my life has gotten so busy, or I don't know. But I just use my fragrance, and then I use a treatment body lotion. So I look for a body lotion that has some of the same ingredients in it that I would want on my face and my neck, and I look for that in a body lotion. So, you know, I'm a big fan of the Rodan & Field's Active Hydration body lotion. I think it's amazing, and it's really an anti-aging cream for my body. And that's what I really kind of demand a lot out of my body creams. For a long time, I was using the alpha hydroxy acid body creams, the exfoliating body creams that kind of keep your skin exfoliated and hydrated, and also keep the brown spots at bay. But now I really focus on a cream with anti-aging benefits, and that's just really, really good for your skin, because let's face it, we don't just age. Our aging doesn't just stop here or even here. It goes, you know, the backs of your arms, the backs of your legs, your bum, your tummy, you know, all of the parts of our bodies age. And so I want a treatment body cream so that I don't waste that step on just something that smells pretty. Okay, the next thing that I have buying is expensive hair care products. This is not a rule that I'm saying that nobody should buy expensive hair care products, because I know I was just talking to a couple of friends who are both have fine hair and have experienced some hair loss, and they have raved about the Monat hair care products and their ability to kind of bring their hair back to life. So I know everybody has different needs when it comes to hair, and if you found a more expensive hair care line really works for your hair, then that's amazing. That's absolutely what you should be using. For me though, I have so much hair, and it's so thick, and I use so much hair product that it just doesn't make sense for me to spend a lot of money on hair care products that most of it is just gonna go down the drain for me. So I use so much hair care product, and it really would be a huge investment for me to just bump up all of my hair care products to the most expensive ones. And frankly, I have been using most of the same hair care products for the last 30 years. I will try other things, and then I always end up going back to them because they're affordable, they're easy to find, I can pick them up when I pick up groceries or other necessities, and they just work. They're the most predictable path for me to get my hair looking its best every single day. So with curly hair, it's kind of luck of the draw some days. Like, you just don't know, like the weather, your mood, whatever happens, and your hair can just look completely different. But for me to have the most predictably smooth and shiny and bouncy curls, the products that I have used and that I recommend in my curly hair video, those are ones that I've just used for years. So I don't spend a lot of money on hair care products. Okay, really expensive shoes. This is kind of a lie. because I really like really expensive shoes, and I still sometimes buy really expensive shoes, but I used to buy exclusively designer shoes. Back when I didn't have the girls, back when I had all the time and all the money in the world to spend on things like that, I just really liked fancy shoes. I still like fancy shoes, but I also like all shoes. I'm not a snob anymore when it comes to shoes. I think that if, the same rule always applies. If you're going to buy a pair of, and invest in a pair of really nice shoes, make sure they're shoes that you're going to wear a lot. So I will still invest in my go-to shoes that I'm going to wear season in and season out. Beautiful classic pumps, beautiful flats, great pair of boots. I'll still invest in those shoes. But when I'm looking at trendy shoes or fun shoes or something a little bit unusual that will add a little personality to my outfits, and that's an update from a season to season, and I know it's not going to stay in my closet a long time, I'm not going to invest a lot of money in a pair of square-toed sandals, for example. I don't know how long square-toed sandals are going to be in style, or some of the specific styles of mules that are in style right now. I don't know how long those are going to be around. I'm not going to invest a lot of money in them. So really expensive shoes, I'm much more specific about the shoes that I'll spend my money on. Okay, expensive trends. So, and again, this goes along with the same thing that I said about the really expensive shoes. If something is trendy, I will get it at a really good deal. If it's something that I plan to keep in my closet for a really long time, I'll spend more money on it. So I think this is a good rule of thumb for everybody. We don't want to spend the bulk of our budget on something that we're not going to be able to wear next year or next month or next week, right? So the trendy items, I will go on Nordstrom Rack, or I'll wait for them to go on sale. I'll go on eBay. I'll go wherever, and I'll buy fun, trendy pieces because I like to incorporate those into my wardrobe. It makes me have more fun with fashion, which is my motto, and really enjoy getting dressed more. And it goes with all of the basic pieces, the essential pieces that I've actually invested a little bit more money in. But I will not go to Intermix or Shopbop, to stores at Revolve, stores and boutiques that I absolutely love, and buy $300, $400, $500 trend pieces. I will buy $300, $400, $500 pieces that I will keep in my wardrobe for a really long time if that's where I'm at that point. But I won't spend, I won't go to those stores and buy the really expensive trendy pieces. Again, those are my favorite stores, and I find a lot of things some of my favorite stores, and I find a lot of things I really like there. I just try to sidestep the really trendy pieces on the more expensive websites. Okay, logos everywhere. I don't mind a good logo on a belt or a bag or even a pair of shoes, but I am never going to be a head-to-toe logo person anymore. So I remember shortly after Kevin and I were married, we were traveling, we were going through London's Heathrow Airport. I walked into the Dior store, and because this is the kind of thing I did at the time, I bought the pink Dior logo dress with the matching pumps and the matching bag. Oh my goodness. I looked like a Dior Barbie ad, but with, brown hair, because I had, again, pink and white logo dress, pink and white logo bag, pink and white logo pumps. And I just thought it was the cutest thing. And it was for a minute. Like, that was a trend for that moment. But I think it's so much more elegant to just wear really, really nice quality pieces without really focusing on what the brands or the logos are. If your clothes are really good quality, if they're well made, if they're natural fibers, if they fit you beautifully, you're going to look so much more elegant and polished and pulled together than if you're covered head to toe in logos. Generally, I don't think that that's an elegant look. And if you look at people who really are known for, great style, someone like Kate Middleton, you'd never see her in like Gucci logos head to toe. It's not a really elegant look in my opinion. That said, a Gucci bag, amazing. A Louis bag, amazing. Wonderful. If you love it, go for it. If you like the logo pieces, go for the logo pieces. If you want just a belt or a pair of shoes, like a pair of Gucci loafers or something, awesome. But if you're wearing all of the logo pieces together, I think it becomes a little bit too much. So logos everywhere are not something that I buy anymore. Something just because it's designer. So this kind of ties into what I just said about logos, but so often we're tempted by a label, especially if we see a label on something that's also affordable, we're like, oh my gosh, whatever that label is for you, whether it's Loft or BCBG or Free People or Gucci, when you see a label on something and you're tempted to buy it just because it's designer, that's usually a recipe for guilt and disaster in your wardrobe. Because 1 year, 10 minutes, 5 years, whatever, down the road, you're going to look at that item in your closet. It's still going to have the tags on it, and you're going to be like, oh, even though I only spent $50 or $100 or $200 or $10, whatever, on the item, I don't wear it, and I feel guilty every time I look at it. So buy something because you love it, not because it's got a designer logo. I will also say that leads me into my next, which is sale items. I also won't buy something just because it's on sale. So whether it's designer or not, seeing something that's on a crazy good sale, oh my goodness, the top is only $3. I literally just saw a $3 top at Marshall's. This is why it's at the top of my mind. And I was like, the top is only $3, but I don't like it. I don't want it. So those jeans are only $20. That jacket is only $50. If you don't love it and you won't wear it, then it's still money that you've just flushed down the drain, and you're still bringing things into your closet that eventually you're going to have to cycle back out of your closet, and then that whole vicious cycle of things coming in and feeling overwhelmed by the amount of things that you have, and then things going out again, that's just going to keep happening, right? And so we want to stop that cycle when we can by being really intentional when we're shopping. And sale shopping is one of the biggest culprits. I can't tell you how many clients I've been in their closets and I have seen so many items with the tag still hanging on them because they were on sale. They bought them because they were on sale, not because they love them. And if you've got a whole wardrobe of sale items, then you're going to look back on your wardrobe and say, I don't really like anything that I have. Rather than investing in a couple of things I really wanted, I settled and I bought things just because they were on sale, and now I don't have anything to wear and I don't like my wardrobe. So sale items or items just because they're on sale are things that I no longer buy anymore. The last thing and I know this is a long list, that I no longer buy anymore is a store's look of the moment. Now, there's an exception to this. If I absolutely love the look of the moment, then I might consider buying it. But most retailers, especially like the retailers that sell and make their own stuff like J. Crew or Loft or Banana Republic, Gap, they will have a couple of prints, colors, looks from season to season that are their pieces that they put on all the advertisements that are out there, and that you see over and over and over again. That's their signature look for that season. If you buy that signature look, especially that signature look head to toe, not only do you risk looking like a J. Crew ad or a White House Black Market ad or a Talbot's ad, but you also kind of date yourself and probably bring a couple pieces into your wardrobe that are not necessarily versatile in your existing wardrobe. So if you're incorporating this look head to toe and none of those pieces go with anything else in your wardrobe, they just go with each other, then you've really limited yourself in terms of their versatility in your wardrobe. You've dated the look and you will get tired of it really, really quickly. I had a client who would go to White House Black Market every season, and every season they seem to have a color that is their color that they focus on that season, and she would buy everything in that color and she would wear those looks head to toe. So if it was Wild Orchid one season, she would have the black and white and Wild Orchid and all the whole head to toe White House Black Market look every day. And because she knew the store, she knew her size there, the salespeople were lovely, she would just go in and she would just buy what they had when a new season came in. And I know a lot of you are used to going to your same store and buying the new pieces from season to season. And so the danger of that is that you really can look like an advertisement for Talbot's or an advertisement for White House Black Market. And you can find that you see yourself coming and going, because if you're in a smaller town like we are and everybody's shopping at the same couple of places, everybody's going to be wearing those same pieces and those same colors from season to season. Instead, buy a couple of things from that favorite store, including in that color if you love it, and work it into the rest of your wardrobe so that you make it your own and you make it unique. So that is the list of things that I have stopped buying. All of this is like hard-earned experience. This is not because I started out not buying these things, it's because I used to buy all of these things and learned over time what I really need and want in my wardrobe and in my life and in my beauty routine, and what I was prepared to move on from, or what I had outgrown, or what I no longer needed. So I hope that was helpful. I would love to hear, what have you guys stopped buying? This list could go on and on. Ooh, I just remembered something else that I have stopped buying. I don't buy loungewear anymore. Let me get into that for a second. Loungewear. Years ago, I interviewed this stylist named, I think it was Jesse Garza from Visual Therapy in Chicago. He worked with Oprah. He worked with a lot of really big names, and his recommendation was always to take your former favorite pieces and turn them into your casual walking the dog loungewear pieces. And I think that that is so true. So many of us, and this may not be true of you, but if you have clothes in your wardrobe that were former favorites, or that you really loved but they're just not at the top of your roster of favorite things right now, wear those casually, wear those around the house, wear those to the grocery store, wear those to walk the dog or to lounge, rather than investing in loungewear. The one exception is cashmere loungewear, because I mean, cashmere is cashmere, but for the most part, wearing cute former casual pieces to lounge in is going to look so much more pulled together and so much more sophisticated than going out and spending a lot of money on pieces to sit around the house in. So anyway, oh my goodness, that was it. I could keep going on and on. As you can tell, I have a long list of things I've stopped buying, and now I want to know what your things that you have stopped buying are. Is there something that you used to buy all the time and you just don't feel the need to buy anymore? I would love to hear. Please share in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell. Lets you know when I upload new videos every Tuesday and every Friday. And thank you again for being so supportive of this channel. As always, I want to invite you and encourage you to join the club, my Style Confidence Club. It's an amazing community of women all over the world who are encouraging each other and supporting each other through style. It includes a comprehensive style program where I guide you through the different modules, and you have access to both for life. It's super affordable and just a lovely, lovely place. So I would love for you to check that out if you're interested. The link is in the description box, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!